And what's up, guys? This is going to be a kind of like a WWE award show, my version of the Slammies. I already did a match of the year video, so go back, watch that. I did it maybe like a week and a half ago, but after that I decided I'm just not going to make all these awards separate videos, so I'm just going to put them all in one pretty much. So that's what this is. So they don't get any physical award. I'm not going to send them a fruit basket. If you don't know what that is, check out Reddit Squared Circle. It's pretty funny. But yeah, really what I've got here, I've got Wrestler of the Year, Feud of the Year, Show of the Year, OMG Moment of the Year, maybe DVD of the Year. I don't really know if I want to do a tag team because not really many new tag teams this year. And if you guys didn't know, this is just WWE only. I will include NXT for nominations, probably not for actual awards, but yeah, let's just get this started with Wrestler of the Year. Really, the only nominations I have, you have kayfabe-wise, I would definitely have Brock Lesnar win this, because how much better can it get than you frickin' kill Big Show and Mark Henry to start the year, you break the streak, then you freaking beat John Cena twice, the top baby face, and I can't remember if he did much else other than that, but I mean, beating Cena and breaking the streak, kayfabe-wise, it's the best thing you can do in the business, and he hasn't lost so far this year, so yeah, there's Brock Lesnar. You can make a case for John Cena, I guess, because he had a title run for a little bit. Daniel Bryan, you definitely could. Oh, I got some right there. You could definitely make a case for Daniel Bryan, but he didn't have a full year. He had a good 3-4 months, and then he didn't do anything the second half of 2014. So, I mean, if it was for the first half of 2014, it'd definitely be him. You can make a case for Dean Ambrose, one of the best newcomers in terms of gimmick-wise. He had a completely, well, not completely new, but I mean, he went from just crazy to unstable. That's kind of his new gimmick now, the lunatic fringe. So, yeah, he's also a big performer of the year. But who I think should really win this is Seth Rollins. With or without the Shield, he was probably their best performer all year. In the Shield, he was in the Shield vs. Wyatt matches, all of them, Shield vs. Evolution, he freaking shined in. All throughout the year, he was probably the most underrated part of the Shield. Everyone's talking about how good Dean Ambrose talks and how good in the ring, or how strong Roman Reigns looks in the ring, but Rollins kind of has a balance of both. I mean, he's a lot better at in-ring ability than he is a talker, but I mean, he got a lot better throughout the year as well. He probably wins the most improved if I had that category. From the time that he first left the Shield, he was okay talker. Now he's pretty charismatic on the mic now, and he's actually very entertaining. He's probably the top heel other than Brock Lesnar right now. Everyone wants to get a shot at him, so yeah, there's that. So yeah, Seth Rollins, he gets Wrestler of the Year for me. Feud of the Year, I really have 4 choices. You kind of have Daniel Bryan versus The Authority, kind of running throughout the whole year. You have Shield vs. Evolution, what an awesome 2 months that was. Shield vs. Wyatt, that was just awesome, that was highly anticipated. And Seth Rollins vs. Dean Ambrose. They had a long feud from, I think it was June when they split up the Shield. It's not really going right now because Dean's feuding with Bray, but it went through, I think it was Hell in a Cell, I think it ended where that whole Bray Wyatt Dean Ambrose feud started. But that was much anticipated. I remember the pop that Dean Ambrose got when he showed up at Night of Champions. That was awesome. And they also had a really good match on Raw, the Raw following SummerSlam, which SummerSlam they had a, I'd say, good match, but on Raw they had a phenomenal match. So I'm going to go with Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose for Feud of the Year. Next we'll do Show of the Year. You have between WrestleMania 30, Extreme Rules, Payback, Money in the Bank, or SummerSlam. And SummerSlam, I don't really think so. They didn't really have any match stand out too much. Yeah, not really anything too much stood out, unlike last year's SummerSlam. Money in the Bank, they had a really good ladder match. Payback, I believe that's the one where Cena versus Wyatt 2 or 3 falls was pretty good, and Shield versus Evolution 2 was also pretty good. And I think they had a good opener as well with Cesaro and Swagger and one other person maybe. But yeah, they had a good opener with that. And then Extreme Rules, Daniel Bryan versus Kane was okay. It's probably the best you're going to get out of a Kane match. Fun fact, he hasn't won a pay-per-view match in almost 3 years, or pay-per-view singles match. So yeah, Shield versus Evolution, the first one, but Cena versus Wyatt was just bad, especially at the ending on that one. And then obviously with WrestleMania 30, you had the streak ending, you had your moments there. You had Daniel Bryan winning the first match, then coming back later, winning the main event. You also had the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. Cena vs. Wyatt was okay, probably their second best match of that feud. Show of the year goes to WrestleMania 30. Well, I mean, it's expected of a WrestleMania to be better than all the other shows. So, if you want to count that, WrestleMania is the best show of the year, which it should be. Best regular show of the year, I guess, should be Payback. Because you had... Wait, no, Payback... shit, I can't remember. Yeah, I think it's Payback. Because they had the best 2 out of 3's match. That best 2 out of 3 match between Cena and Wyatt was really good. Shield vs. Evolution 2 was really good. And they had the good opener, like I explained before. I'll go with Payback as my regular show of the year, and WrestleMania topped that, but I guess WrestleMania is in a category of its own. If you haven't seen my last video, check it out. I ranked my top 10 WrestleManias. Next up, we have OMG Moment of the Year. There's a lot of OMG moments this year. One that comes off the top of my head, you have The Rock coming back very unexpectedly against, comes back when Rusev's in the ring and they argue or fight or something like that. I haven't rewatched it. Another one, recently you had Sting debut. This is highly anticipated, should have happened in 2011. Some reason did not happen. Another thing, the Shield breaking up, that was huge. And it boosted pretty much the 3 members of the Shield. They all are going their separate ways, and they all are not jobbing yet, so that's good. So, yeah, they're all on the upper mid-card to the main event stage, which is really great. Dean Ambrose returning in that taxi at Night of Champions was awesome, but I don't think anything comes close to the streak being broken by Brock Lesnar. It's been 22 years since, I don't know if it's 22 years, but it's been a while since Undertaker's first WrestleMania match. I know he skipped a year, I think. So, I don't think he wrestled at 16. So, yeah, maybe 23 years. But after going 21-0, he loses 21-1 now. He loses to Brock Lesnar. The whole place was silent. They did not play the music until like 3 minutes later. Paul Heyman's going crazy. I know the whole internet lost its shit about this, and just going on Twitter, that was crazy. I think NoDQ posted a retweet of Stevie Breach's photo with them in the clique, and they're all just like humped over like this and crying and everything. That was a true OMG moment. So the streak being broken is the winner for that one. Followed up by, let's say, the Shield breaking up. And then number 3, Sting debut. No, Sting debut was number 2 because no one thought that happened until maybe a week before it. Shield breakup's number 3. In a typical year, Shield breakup might be number 1. But I mean, this year was stacked with OMG moments. So yeah, streak being broken takes the award for that. DVD of the year. It was a pretty solid year for documentaries. You had a lot of good documentaries on the network. You had the Ultimate Warrior one, Ultimate Warrior, the Ultimate Legend or something like that. You had Destruction of the Shield, which will now be a DVD. Those are separate because they're network specials, these ones are actually released on DVD. You have the My Name is Paul Heyman, you have Macho Man, the Randy Savage story, you have Batista, Animal Unleashed, and you also had a Sting release, I forgot what that's called, and then you have Ultimate Warrior around the time he got inducted to the Hall of Fame, Warrior, the Ultimate Collection. They all were pretty good DVDs. Batista, the Animal Unleashed, it was okay. I liked the documentary. It was only like 30 to 40 minutes though. I really wanted more. Warrior Ultimate Collection, just pretty much a collection of his matches. A lot better than the Rise and no, it's not Rise and Fall. Self-Destruction of Ultimate Warrior, where they pretty much buried the Ultimate Warrior. And yeah, the Macho Man Randy Savage story was amazing. I think at least an hour and a half. It was awesome. Same with My Name is Paul Heyman documentary. Both of them were highly anticipated. I just think I kind of knew a lot of what happened in the Paul Heyman DVD because I saw the Rise and Fall of ECW, which is probably the best DVD WWE has ever put out ever. And this also, the Paul Heyman one also included more of his WWE run after ECW had failed and everything, which was cool. Got to see the SmackDown 6, all the ideas behind that. That was cool. But yet, Macho Man Randy Savage story had a lot of good insight from people in the wrestling community about Randy Savage, how he got started, and the huge impact when he died that all the news, all the media, they freaking reported it, and it was such a sad day. I still remember it. That was about a month after I just got back into wrestling after like a 4-year absence. Man, all the news stories were going, or all the news websites and everything was going nuts about it. Can't believe he left so early, and for that, for the emotion factor, I'll give Macho Man, the Randy Savage story, as the DVD of the year. Go out and buy it if you haven't yet. So, yeah, there's DVD of the year. What else is there? I think I've really covered everything. I mean, 2014 was a really good year for NXT as well. They really developed their brand. You have a stacked roster. Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Hideo Itami, what's his face, Finn Balor. You have Solomon Crow, who has not debuted yet on NXT TV. And there is probably a bunch more that I'm forgetting right now because it's late. But yeah, 2014 overall was a great year. Aside from a few really bad shows, Battleground was not good. Night of Champions was not that good. Hell in a Cell was not good. TLC was bad. So, yeah. Stay tuned. I think within the next week, because it's winter break right now, Voicing the Voiceless and I will do a podcast, kind of just talk about the whole year in general. We'll go by pay-per-view, every big event by big event of WWE in 2014. We'll talk about it and stuff. And also in a couple days, going to do another Bernie's Journeys up to Green Bay with him. We'll go find some WWE DVDs, go DVD hunting again. So, yeah, a lot to look forward to on this channel. So if you haven't yet, like, comment, subscribe. And until later, I'll catch you guys some other time.